right, here I am. Juice for the Journey Chronicles. Good morning. It's a beautiful Friday morning. I'm up and I was about to go out the door, but I wanted to affirm myself, read myself an affirmation card, and as I'm doing that, just get ready to go. And y'all know my favorite hat. It's like Dora and her backpack. I put some in my hat. I love this hat. I don't even know where I got this hat from. I didn't have it so long. But I'm going to read the cards today. I'm going to affirm myself. I have to go out on the town and take care of some things. But as I was up meditating this morning, I was studying. I was examining my environment, examining what I have going on in my life. And I realized that it's really nothing ever going on to the point where it's unbearable. I can't say that. It's really nothing going on to the point where it's unattainable. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So let me go ahead and read this card. Oh, look at this on. I try to come on here and be as raw as I can with y'all. And I want to know, I want to start something. This woman at the park calling a little boy a nigger. And she raising $650,000. Like, why? What is she going to do with $650,000 but continue to spread her hate? So I thought this morning, let me put up a video and just challenge. $1.99 $1. And my message is to those who are struggling. My message is those who are having a hard time bringing out the beauty in themselves, bringing out the gift and the joys they have on the inside of them because of depression, loss of a loved one. It's like a lot of things going on that causes pain nowadays. And the way of getting that emotional support has changed. It's changed. So she got some emotional support for acting a complete fool because dude on the camera, let's just say it would have been different if I was there, because ain't no way. But yeah, if you want to donate, if you want to give $1, $2, whatever your heart's desire, I'm on a mission to spread love. And I know for myself, I woke up this morning and I had this clear vision that I'm not made for a 9 to 5, in a sense where I'm not made to work among people who don't have a vision, who don't have a clear view of what they're doing, where they're going. I just can't do it. Now, that's not me being foolish and talking in a foolish woman vibration. No, I'm not saying that I won't go out and look for a job. But when I go out and look for a job, I am intentional on where I want to work. I know that I have value. I know that I make a difference. I know that I bring a sense of purpose and joy to my work environment. So, yes, I am cautious. I'm cautious. Remember, I told you I'm guarding my gates. But I'm going to read a card today. There's fear in the silence. I know y'all was like, what's wrong with her? Why she just stopped talking? Sometimes you just have to stop, think, and breathe. Take that breath. Let's go. Sometimes it don't hit right. And then you just keep taking it. Because it's like you're an athlete in the game of life. In the game of life, to get your strength, you have to take breaths. You have to chill. You have to slow your mind down. Examine it. What's going on? Affirm yourself. Give yourself strength for the journey. I call it juice for the journey, but it's the same difference. So I got my cards here. Me and these cards having a love affair, y'all. It's off and on. But I'm going to choose this card, and I'm not going to even look at it first. I told you I'd just do this. Just be guided to. And look at here. If you are following me and you are on my Facebook, you will see that this morning I talked about this. Surrender. You see that? And then I'm going to fill in the blank down there. But I talked about surrendering. I think the greatest accomplishment on anybody's journey is learning to surrender to their fear. Learning to acknowledge that it's there, look at it, behold it, surrender to it, but not be consumed by it. So let us see what the journey is going to say. It says surrender. And she is. I like the pose that she's given. I am ready to surrender my attachment to outcomes. When I let go of my need to achieve certain results, I also let go of stress and anxiety. I allow myself to breathe. Oh my goodness. Breathe. Slow down. Breathe and let the pieces fall into place. Because I know that fear and tension do not change outcomes. That part. Instead of stressing about how, I'm going to fill in the blank, how I will make money, how I will get a next job, how I will, just like from day to day, how I'll get things done, where my provisions are going to come from. Instead of stressing about how life situations are going to turn out, my love life, my children, my motherhood, my womanhood, my sisterhood, instead of worrying about, stressing about that will turn out, I'm ready to surrender and see how it will unfold. I don't know. I started thinking about when we were in middle school. I was involved in middle school. I had friends, and we would play games, and we would have this little thing where we would make this little diagram. It's like you fold it up, and then you able to look at it in parts and pieces. And you has unfolded, and as you were unfolding it, it revealed like I like you or something like that. I don't know if somebody drop in the comments if y'all remember what that was, but that's how I feel when it says I'm just gonna watch it unfold. I have to keep getting up every day, looking at it, looking at the vision. What's my vision? What's my purpose? What's my goal? What's my intention? Intent, purpose, objective, and goal. I'm out here doing the work, y'all. What is my intentions? What is my purpose? What is my objectives? What do I hope to accomplish? What's the goal? What's the goal? What's the goal? And that's not a clinician standpoint. I didn't learn that from being a clinician. I didn't learn that way of thinking from being a clinician. I learned that in the structures of the church, to be honest. It was always every Sunday, what is your intent? What is your purpose? What is your goal? What is your objective? And I like the objective because it was always, how are you going to do that? How? And I think sometimes my dynamic, my personality, my journey, whatever it was, my mindset, it was always a little different, because I was always like, how? Okay, then we can't sit behind these walls and just preach the gospel and tell people how they going to church, how they going to hell. I never gel with that. But anyway, I'm going to surrender. I got a song coming. Because once I surrender, I won't dare look back. If I knew how to sing, y'all. Cause if I do, I'll get off track. Reawake your blessings. What would it be? Sight beyond what I see. Dang, I wish I could sing, but she said, sight beyond what I can see. You know what's best for me. Prepare my heart, prepare my mind for whatever comes. I'm going to be ready because I'm surrendering. I'm letting go of the need to achieve certain results. I also let go of stress and anxiety. Anxiety. I'm working on the anxiety, and it's no wonder. It should not be any wonder. It should not be any, oh my God, what's going on? That the rappers are coming back, and they're coming back to influence us, to acknowledge, to give us knowledge, because that's the purpose. That was the purpose of rap. Rap was brought onto the scene to bring, enlightenment. So as I surrender, I won't dare look back. Because when I do, I already know that when I do, I get off track. And I don't like being off track, because being off track is, I miss my stops. You ever miss a stop? I'm a bus rider. I commute around the city of Chicago. And when I miss my stop, it's just like, dang. But in that missing a stop, I still be learning stuff, because that's just how I do. But surrender to whatever may be causing you lack, whatever may be causing you anxiety, whatever may be telling you that you are not enough. Hold on, I'm gonna drink some water. Okay, surrender to it, because either you're going to believe it or you're not going to believe it. I would highly suggest to not focus on the low, dense energy. Get out of the relationship status. Get out of your marital status right now. Get out of your mother status right now. Get out of your father. Get out of those relationship statuses when I say surrender and don't look back. And don't surrender to another being. That's the biggest mistake that we make. Surrendering to another being also is getting caught up in their energy and going back and forth and, just arguing, and that's not surrendering to a good cause. Surrender to a good cause. Ready to surrender my attachment to outcomes. I'm going to let go of my need to achieve certain results. I also let go of stress and anxiety. Oh my God. Fear. What does fear do? Fear causes torment. And when you're tormented in your mind, there is no way for you to think clearly. Just think about somebody who's being tormented. Somebody who was tied down to a chair, hands tied behind the chair. They're not free. The torment of the fear that person who was tormenting them is trying to cause is keeping them stuck. It's a horrible place to be. Fear not. Surrender. Because I know that fear and tension do not change outcomes. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable, y'all. All right, I'm just a shorty off the block. I'm going my way. I'm out here and I'm about to go take care of some business. But as you are kind to others, as my Episcopal pastor used to say, as you are kind to others, may they be especially kind to you.